Oi, lads. Alright, chat. Let's get to some games. Let's see if we can actually find a 10 plus 5. It might take a little bit of time to find a game here, but if it takes too long, I'll just play a 10-minute one. 10 minutes, 5-second increment. Yes. Play. Alright, dude. Let's go, man. Let's go. So, I was watching a video this morning on the Catalan opening, and they said that it could be better to play the pawn out first before the knight. I mean, it seems like a little bit late in the day to be changing my opening, but let's give it a go. Well, seems worth to just push the pawn here, man. What is going on with this bishop, mate? You're in the wrong neighborhood, homie. Going after my knight. Do I look like I care? I do not. You've been a little cavalier with your knights. I mean, opponent is kind of doing nothing, so I'll just maneuver my pieces to safety. Knight in here to attack the bishop seems good. Developing a piece seems good. I would like to move the bishop off that square because I quite like my queen being here. I'll attack the bishop. Open up my bishop diagonal towards the knight, apparently. Oh, no, 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 that is not a pre-move. That is... No, 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 no. Yeah, you can see how much difference the increment makes, man. You just have so much time here. Almost an endless amount of time. Bishop sees the rook, not the knight. Yes, I am aware. Edit Murphy, thanks for gifting some subs, man. Appreciate it. Pisoko, what the hell are you doing here, mate? Cyclone, thank you for 11 months. Thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. Alright. Dude, I'm not liking this bishop, dude. This bishop is a threat, is blocking my incredibly powerful queen to c2 maneuver. How do I get rid of this bishop? Not very easily, huh? Not very easily at all. Okay. Let's develop a piece. What about just making a pawn wall here? Or, not a wall. What about making a 4 of a kind, and then that gives this bishop a little spicy position? That does open up my rook to being dead here, huh? Kinda scary. Really opens up my rook to being dead. Am I getting farmed? I don't really know how I got to this position. I'm not happy about it. My queen has no moves. My c1 bishop has no moves. I can't really push any pawns. My g2 bishop's attacking nothing. At least my king is safe. My king being safe is a start. I guess I can push this pawn. If they take, I have rook. Rook coming through, that lets my queen participate in the game. It's that this bishop is so deadly, man. I think I want to go after it. If they make this trade, that lets me push this pawn up too. So now I can get this pawn out, that lets me play with my queen, with my bishop. It gives my knights can start coming back to go round. I mean, forking myself seems bad though. That does seem bad. So if I go here, let them take the rook, have take the bishop, check. Take the bishop, check. I'm just wondering if there's any reason to save the knight over saving the rook here. Does take the bishop check do anything? If they come in with the king... Sadly, I don't have a fork. If they come in with the king... I mean, I just have to come back out. If they go here, then I can come back out with check again. But then they take with the bishop, so I can't. So I have to save the rook here. So I have to just come back. Feels very bad, man. En passant, dude! En passant! No! No! Oh my god. Alright, dude. After this match, we are doing some en passant training so that I can ingrain that shit into my mind. En passant. En croissant. Alright, that is a throw, huh? Okay. Okay. Well, that's alright. I mean, honestly, dude, I would much rather miss an en passant move than actually have put myself in a spot where I forked myself. That is okay. I accept the situation. We take. We take things. checkers. This check is bad. Not moving the queen out of where the bishop is bad, taking the bishop is bad, so that is a forced move pretty much. Man, like, my rook is so strong, but yet at the same time, it's not that strong, is it? It's not really doing anything. The clock is a piece that... the clock is fine, man. The board is going to simplify soon, right? And then the 5-second increment is just enormous at that stage. I can't believe I missed an en passant. That is brutal, man. But that's why we're practicing, guys. That is justification for our entire practice session. Why not move queen to f3 and an attack with queen to f7? I mean, seems kind of good. Apart from, like, their bishop can come back and take, right? I need to make a move. Alright, I'm setting up an attack, chat. I'm setting up attack. This pinned bishop will be the death of our opponent. Now it's time for a big knight move for a discovered attack. Missed again? No, but we don't want to en passant again. We don't want to en passant that time because that will open up this side of the board, and we like this side of the board being closed because it allows us to attack over here while leaving their rook and knight stranded. So you might think opponent is up material right now, but what if I told you they're actually down a piece, no cap? They're down a piece until they get these pieces out. It's 6-5 to the streamer. Well, actually, to be fair, it's kind of 5-5 because my rook is also useless, but my rook will not be useless for too long though after I get this knight out of the way. But the problem is I can't really move the knight. I have to move the rook first, huh? So I kind of have to go like rook up, rook in, knight back. Well, actually it has to go here, here, here. Okay, castle, rook. So that is a free pawn. Do we like free pawns? We don't hate free pawns. We don't hate free pawns. I really need to move this pawn, dude. This pawn is just fucking my knight so bad. If I can move this pawn and let this knight go here... I guess kind of problem with that is that then my pawn will be blocking my bishop, right? This pawn is just painful, huh? Yeah, we've still got plenty of attacks here. We've still got plenty of attacks. Their knight... Alright, here comes the knight and the rook. So, this pawn move attacks the bishop and frees up our knight and our bishop, which is glorious, so I'm very, very interested in that. It does block this bishop from helping our queen though, but I think that's okay. I think that's okay. That's bad. That's very bad. Looks like we're going to lose this one. Did that en passant earlier in the game? Just absolutely brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Opponent's moves are like a lot stronger than I'm used to. There's no way this guy's 800. Opponent is noticeably stronger than the opponents I normally play against. Alright, GG's. Yes? I don't believe for a second the opponent's 800. Let's go next. I threw that game with en passant. Okay. Still tons of cheaters on the site. I mean, I don't think they were cheating. I just think they're, I just think they're higher rated than whatever their rating was. So I'm supposed to take here, right? I think. Du, du, du. Can't move my knight out. If I move my knight out, pawn push, take, 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 take. Well, I guess I don't need to take though. I don't need to take with the knight. So I can bring it out. Push, take, take, but I have to move my knight again though. I have to move my knight again. I could move it here. Take with the queen, take with the queen. Okay, I think I'm allowed to bring this knight out. Okay, that is fine. Seems like a pointless check to me. I'll remove your defending piece. Alright, so opponent has just traded the entire board and now their attack is dead. Which knight do I take with? This one? That seems good. Because it defends this knight. And means I don't need to stack my pawns, huh? That was the wrong knight? Are you sure? It seemed like it seems good, right? That's a lot better for us. I think. So we can either get towards castling or bring our rook out, I guess. I mean, bringing the rook out doesn't actually do anything. Their next move is going to be a bishop move or knight c3. I think I have time to bring the rook out, right? I could move this pawn up to stop the knight coming forward further. If I bring the pawn up though, they can come in this way, which looks a little scary. How do I solve that problem? Can I solve that problem? So I think my moves are either a6 or g6. Man, let's just castle our goddamn king. I have a feeling the a6 might be good there though. But I'm so scared about my king being... I mean, it's move 14 and my king's still AFK. Yep, here comes the knight. I could have stopped this. So now I have to move my pawn. Their knight comes in here and I'm forced somewhere else with the rook. Actually, they can't. They can't really put the knight there. If they put the knight there, they lose it, right? Can I go after it here? Rook comes in. Eh. Rook c4 seems like it just lets them develop this rook free of charge to me. Opponent just moved their knight like 5 times. 1, 2, or like, yeah, 1, 2, 3 times. Feel the need to castle. I mean, castling is strong, yeah. Actually, I have this check, which can break the structure and kill this knight. It's kind of interesting. But I don't really know, like, their knight is obviously quite strong, but my bishop is strong too, huh? I don't know whose piece is stronger here. I guess if you factor in the stacked pawns too, it's probably good for us. Oh, they just take my knight with their knight. Okay. That would be... That's not a great tactic, I would say. So if I castle, they win my pawn. I can push their bishop away. Kind of at no price. G5 again. Knight D3. Knight D3 is nice, huh? Because it goes after this pawn too. We get to attack the bishop and the pawn. They can kind of defend both by going back here, but it's not horrible. I don't mind their bishop going back to its starting square. So now... Right, if I take their bishop and they take mine with check, is that a problem? I mean, it's not really. If they take back, it's whatever as well. If they take back, I get castle. If I castle, they can come back in here. They attack my rook. And my bishop. Well, not my bishop, because my king can take with the bishop, but... That's okay. Rook here is a problem. So I think I'll push this pawn. And then rook goes here instead, and I can push the pawn again. I need to get at this knight somehow, but it's tricky. This defender is tricky. Because my rook is the best piece to take that pawn, but yet it is going to struggle to do that. Take. Dude, am I even getting a 5-second increment here? This is freaking bullshit. I didn't queue up the increment thing, huh? I've just noticed, like, at the end of the game there that I'm not getting. I was sure I queued up an increment game. Minutes 10, seconds 0, increment 5? Does it, if you queue up this, like, if you queue up for a 10 plus 5, does it just give you a 10-minute game if it can't find an opponent? Yeah, I've got the increment now, which is nice. I mean, how many moves was that last game? Like 30 moves or so? We would have had another 2.5 minutes on the clock with the increment still going if I'd queued up the correct game there. Oops. Dude, what the fuck is opponent doing, man? Just coming in hard. I take with the knight, I guess? That looks like a free pawn to me. A free pawn and a free attack on the bishop. I take the rook. Alright, this... I don't know if opponent's doing like a cheese checkmate here, but I guess we're about to find out, and this is... doesn't seem like a real game of chess to me. If I push the pawn, take. So I just need to get as many pieces over to my king as possible, as fast as possible. But I can't really get any pieces over too quickly. This knight can get in here in 2 moves. They're also attacking my pawn though. So I guess I can defend my pawn and open up a way for my queen to get involved, maybe? That seems possibly better. I still have access for my knight. It's just that my bishop gets locked. I'll do this, I guess. I'd like to get my queen over here to defend whatever attack this is. It's kind of a big problem that I don't actually know what's coming here. I feel like when opponent's sacking a rook, that I should know what's coming in, you know? Alright, so we are almost dead. This pawn move is looking nice. It seems to save us here. The opponent's playing mono red, man. Do they have the cleave? This bishop is currently annoying me a lot because I would like to really get my queen involved in this game, but it's hard. I can't get any of their pieces off the board, man. How do I make some trades here? So I can get my queen into the game. My knight has to come after the queen because, or else it's going to block it. I guess I can also bring my rook in. And then my queen to here. And then we still have a route for our knight to come over. So it's, I mean, basically it looks like a decision between queen on f6, rook on f8, or the other way around. I feel like it's better for my queen to be here. Although then they just can go here, huh? That's kind of brutal. This bishop can also... This bishop also takes my pawn. Yeah, it has to be the rook. Has to be the rook. And then if they try and attack my rook, I go after their queen. Which I guess means the queen goes to e7, not to f8. And then my knight has to come all the way around, man. Fuck me, it's so slow. Why does it take my knight 3 moves to get into the game? This is outrageous. Bishop g5? I think bishop g5 is okay for us, right? Like, it attacks my rook, it takes my rook, but then we just go to even material, and that gives me a turn, one free turn to get my knight into the game, huh? So I actually don't think that's bad. Because I'm up 2 points right now, remember. I can give those 2 points up to stop this attack and just have an even game. Alright, what is going on with this knight, mate? Would you like a trade, my friend? Would I like to get my queen in? I can actually attack their queen in only 2 moves. Bishop d7. Bishop d7 lets them... No, they can't do this. I have my rook, huh? I think I'm going to start my knight's journey over. My knight has to get in this game, dude. This knight being on b8 is killing me. Like, if they attack my rook now with the bishop, I can actually keep moving my knight, right? Or I could take their knight. They take. I take. They take. And we've got an even game and their attack is dead. And I will accept that. I mean, we've got an even game and their queen is just like at such high risk. Send your photo already? I sent it this morning, man. I've got the guy's got to wait for him to go to work and add the thing. So they do want to do that. Okay. I think that is fine. I think we continue with our okay, sure man plan. Okay, sure man. Do I push the pawn? Let's push the pawn, move the queen over, or begin to move my bishop over, maybe? Can also just bring my rook back. I can't bring my rook back. Okay, it's fine. Bringing the queen over actually doesn't achieve too much, does it? So I think it's move the bishop or push the pawn. If I push the pawn, they take. Then I move my, then I take their pawn. I think push the pawn is pretty good. I think if they do this, I end up with these two pawns and then my queen here protecting. We lose a bit of material here, but we are up a bit of material. Like if they take the pawn instead of taking the bishop, I just take the bishop, right? It's not check. I'll lose my queen, huh? I'll lose my queen, dude. Okay. GG's. I don't think I made like too many horrific mistakes there, but it's probably 2 or 3 like just with that type of attack, like if I don't defend it properly, I'm just gonna lose, right? So taking a pawn is bad, but it's not horrific. Yeah, I should have just moved my... I should have begun moving my knight over straight away. It did feel in the game like it took too long to start getting my knight over. That pawn move was good. Wow, they want the queen to go back. Interesting. Yeah, I waited too long with my knight, man. That seems to be the major problem. And it really doesn't like me trading it, huh? So the computer thinks my knight is pretty much my best piece to defend this. Or at least an incredibly important part of the defense. So the game was basically lost when I didn't immediately start bringing my knight over, huh? That's the important part there. Okay, let's try again, chat. Let's try again. Que Ecuador! Que Ecuador!